Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Britt, and if you haven't subscribed yet, you probably should because I talk about geeky things, and today we're gonna play The Sims. I really enjoy playing The Sims, and it's something that I've always loved doing, so I want to play some more of it with you guys. Today I'm gonna build a house. I'm gonna build the house that I grew up in. And then I'm gonna have my parents judge me on how well I did. Full disclosure, this is one of those videos that I had to re-film. So unfortunately, I already know how my parents are gonna react upon making this intro video. They thought I did pretty well. There were a couple of mistakes, but that was just because I wasn't quite sure how the house was. It was from memory of how it was laid out. So my dad was able to correct me on a couple of things. But other than that, this is how it ended up turning out. I really liked making this video, and I hope you guys enjoy this video as well. I will see you guys all at the outro. All right, so we're at my computer, and I am at the largest lot here in Brindleton Bay because I grew up on a lake, and even though that is definitely not what the lake looked like, I don't even think that's actually supposed to be a lake. I think it's supposed to be an ocean, but either way, I grew up on a lake, so I decided to do something that was basically on water. So this is the largest lot in Brindleton Bay because last time I tried to build this house, it ended up being just absolutely atrocious because my house was so long. So let's just go ahead and get started. Now there was a garage, and that's I think where we might start. So when we first bought this house, actually, the garage was in a very different location, but we're gonna go ahead and put the garage right here. It was a 2-car garage. That might be a little big. We'll see, but the garage was essentially kind of right there. Probably wasn't actually, probably was like over a bit more. There we go, probably more like that. So the garage was right here. I'm trying to think. Okay, so this was the orientation. So the front of the garage was right here. So right here was another bedroom. Right here. This was actually my parents' bedroom when we first moved into this house. It eventually became just a guest bedroom, so that's that. We're gonna go ahead and just attempt to figure out a size based on that bed. Yeah, that would actually probably work out perfectly for the size. So we had that bed, not that exact bed obviously, but something pretty similar actually, because that was where the antique bed went and lived. Was in that room. So that's essentially what that room looked like. And then over across the hall of that bedroom was the bathroom. That's a really long bathroom. And actually, we need to extend it out one more. There we go. Okay, so this bedroom, or this bathroom, because they were essentially the same length, so it's a very long bathroom in The Sims, but we'll figure it out. So this one had a tub bath. Oh, I was wrong. It is only 2. I don't know The Sims. It's fine. I've only been playing The Sims for like 20 years. But this is essentially what it is. We had a tub shower combo there, and then we had a toilet, obviously, and then we had a pretty long vanity, but we only had one sink in said vanity. So it was a long vanity, but only one sink. So there you go. It's actually the mirror that we had, essentially. So that's what the mirror looked like that we had. So there's the bathroom. So when we first moved into this house, this bathroom was carpeted. I don't get it either. I don't understand carpeting bathrooms. But apparently that was a thing that people did. So then the kitchen was right here. This was where the kitchen was at. And I would say the kitchen probably came to right about here. And then came to like right about here and here. So there's where the kitchen is, right there. We're actually doing pretty darn well. There's actually still more house over here. So I might actually have to move things over just a little bit. Yeah, let's just do that now. So let's go ahead and just move everything over just a little. I'm thinking right there is probably good. So this is, like I said, where the kitchen's gonna be. There is more house over here. So we can go ahead and just continue on to the more house over here. So over here, we had the library. This was also my bedroom for a hot minute, due to the ghost that lived in my bedroom over in this general vicinity. Yeah, so there's that. And then my parents' bedroom, or what eventually became my parents' bedroom. My sister actually lived in this bedroom for a little while, and it was just about this size, maybe a little bit smaller, I don't know. But when my parents took it over, they actually added on a little addition to it for their bedroom. And let's see if a bed actually fits in there. I think so. I think that's probably big enough for a bed. I don't know. I can never judge these things very well. I've been playing The Sims for so long, but I still have trouble like judging. Actually, it's probably a little bit smaller. There we go. It's probably more like that. I still have trouble judging sometimes. And then my original bedroom. Which was right here. Now, if you have seen the story time in which I talk about my traumatic experience within this bedroom. Our house was haunted, and so this was not my bedroom for very long. Let's save the game. I was not in that bedroom for very long. I ended up moving out of that bedroom real fast because the house was in fact haunted, and I don't care if you believe in that or not. I do, because I experienced it. So this was a very haunted house. And then one thing I actually just nearly forgot was the tiny little bathroom that exists right here. Or probably not anymore, actually, and that's probably not going to work. I don't think I could make a bathroom. I mean, maybe. I think I can. Because it was probably that small. Oh, no, there's absolutely no way. We're going to have to make it, like, maybe one larger. I'll probably do. It was a single shower bathroom. And then it had a toilet, and then it had a sink, just like that. So that was that bathroom. It was tiny. And I think actually the toilet was like more over here, and it was actually probably one like smaller, but we can't do it that way. So there we go. And then my parents, when they put in this bedroom, or that addition to the bedroom, they had French doors. I don't think we have like legitimate French doors in The Sims, do we? Legitimate. I guess this is about as close as it's gonna get. So we'll go ahead and use this right there. And then there was a closet that came right here. Would the closets that we actually have, would they fit? Are they actually right here? Are they in this? Yes. Kind of, I guess they fit, kind of. Can I like, no, okay. So this particular closet was actually mirror front, but we don't have that option in The Sims, so this is as close as we're gonna get. So we'll go ahead and do a closet there. But that was essentially, I'm gonna have to place the door in a different spot because the closet wasn't this far forward. But because the size of the closet's in The Sims, I guess we're just gonna have to deal with that change. That's fine. Okay, and then for the doors. So we should have probably doors in this house. So this particular door was like right about there. The door coming into the library was also a French door, and it was like a browny color. So we'll do like that right about there, I would say. Yeah. And then we had a sliding glass door right here. I think, well, actually, I don't think it was a sliding glass door, but it was pretty close to a it was basically a sliding glass door. And then we had another sliding glass door over here, but we have to build the living room first. Okay, we're good. Okay, so there is the start. And then actually, when my parents took this over, they actually just took out a door and made it. Because essentially, they made this a walk-in closet. That's essentially what they did with my old bedroom. So the way that was oriented was like this. And then luckily we have actually kind of like walk-in closet kind of things here. I like these. A lot of people give these a lot of crap, but I actually really like these from Get Famous. I kind of feel like I want to extend this one more because it did actually like have double sides like this, so. But this is essentially what my parents' closet kind of looked like. They had a little bit more over here on this side as well. So it looked kind of like that going into it. So there's that. And then we also had like a little storm shelter that was like right here. So I guess we could build a little storm shelter. Because when you live where you can have tornadoes and you live on a lake, you can't exactly have like, what's a good storm door looking kind of door? I don't know. But you can't have a basement in a house on a lake. So, because it would just always be flooded. I guess we can go with that one from Strangerville. Why not? That's what that looked like. Okay. So that's that side of the house. So now we have to build this side of the house. Or let's actually build the living room first here. Let's go ahead and build that living room. So the living room, I have to take down that wall because the living room was open. So, the living room probably came to right about there. Yeah, that's probably pretty realistic for the living room. So then we have to take out this wall because it was all open. Kind of complicated. Wait, shoot, I screwed up. Nope, you know what? Actually, I take that back. The door goes like right about here. Like right about here. Yeah, because I still have to build the freaking kitchen. I think I did this last time I tried to do this too. Okay, we had really 90s. It was very 90s. What I lived in was very, very 90s. I'm gonna put it just how... I'm just gonna... Oops, I did that wrong. I am essentially just going to put in the shape for now, and then I'm gonna worry about where, like, everything actually went, because I'm not gonna worry about it too much. So it's gonna look really weird for the way that The Sims actually does things. It's actually gonna look really weird, but I'm gonna try and make it look as good as I possibly can. Oh boy. There. Oh, perfect. It actually works out very nicely. So the other thing about this particular house was we also had cabinets, like right here, but they were like dual side cabinets. Stop it. Come on. Just orient the way I want you to It's not going to face the way I want it to face, and it's driving me. Okay, you know what we might do? Just to get it to orientate the way I want it to. Oh no, that's going to... Oh, that's fine. Okay, that turned out okay. Perfect. Okay. So, let me see if I can make this work the way I need it to. So now, if I do that... And again, I'm going to go ahead and obviously reformulate when I move things, because obviously, like, I need to put in a fridge and I need to put in a stove. But I'm just trying to get the shape of the kitchen down here first. Does that work? Oh, it does. Perfect. So these are actually dual-sided cabinets up here, and that's just kind of how it was. And then I think that there was like a post right here. So we can probably do that. Get something that looks similar to what we had here. So it was like, I guess that's where we're going with it. I mean, it looks not great, but I mean, essentially that's the way it kind of looked, but I can't place it exactly. Okay, so then the oven was right here and the fridge was right here. Pretty much. I mean, there was a little bit of a gap between the two where there was like a tiny little counter, but that just isn't something that The Sims gives us, so we just kind of gotta live with it. And then there was a microwave over the top of our stove, so that also doesn't exist in The Sims. So that's what the kitchen looked like, basically. I mean, that actually turns out pretty well. Like, that actually looks pretty good for what we can do in The Sims. And then we did have little bar stools right here. We did have those. Is that really snapped like that? Because that looks really stupid, but it's okay. It's whatever. All right, then over here in the living room, we had a fireplace in the living room. The fireplace, this is about as close to the fireplace that we actually had was, because it was a brick fireplace, so that actually kind of works out nicely. And then we had the living room stuff. So we had a really horrible 80s couch, probably straight out of the 80s. And then we had a love seat that matched it, but you know The Sims, they don't have matching love seats. So we'll just put two heinously ugly couches. I apologize if you like these couches. I do not. And then we had a chair, an armchair, and I think there is a chair that actually matches that particular. Oh, but it looks like that though. That is not what the couch looked like, or the chair looked like at all. The chair actually kind of looked more like that, so we'll actually do that. There, that's what the living room kind of looked like. We did have a stereo. We still have it. That sat... Where's the stereo that I like to use? Here. That sat right over here, kind of in this corner. We'll actually just go ahead and put it in the corner, just like that. That's what that kind of looked. And then we also had a baby grand piano. We did. We had a baby grand piano. That just kind of... We actually just recently got rid of it. We recently sold it. My parents, I guess, recently sold it. And that sat like right here in this corner. So that's where the baby grand sat, was right there. And then we had another sliding glass door. So this sliding glass door was always here. It's the one in the library that my parents installed that was not originally there. The orientation isn't quite right. There we go. Why is that off? Why am I confused? Nope, that is correct. Okay, sorry, I got turned around a little bit. Okay, that's fine. I got turned around in my own house. But my parents wanted to do this really cool wraparound deck that they never actually did. So, and I'll show you guys where the deck was, essentially. Yeah, so there we go. So here's, again, the front of the house. So the rest of the house goes off in this direction. And it goes off pretty much like that. And pretty much like this. I mean, the laundry room was a little bit smaller than that. There we go. So the laundry room was right... Actually, what am I doing? I'm being stupid. No, because it was pretty flush with that. So the laundry room was right here along with the entryway. That's a big laundry room. It was more like this. The laundry room was right here along with the entryway. So here's the entryway. And then we had this, so this used to be the garage. What I'm building right now, actually, originally when we bought the house, was the garage. And then my dad converted it to a very long family room, as well as 2 bedrooms, one for me and one for my sister. So this was the bedroom that I had when we moved out, and I'm gonna find the bed that was actually very similar. That's this one. It's actually very similar to the bed that I actually had growing up. My bedroom was like oriented like this. So this was my bedroom. My sister's bedroom was right over here. And so that's kind of where we're at with that. I'm just trying to think if that's correct. that's gonna actually be, because I feel like I feel like this needs to come out a little bit more like that. So I'm thinking we actually need to move that over just a little bit more. There we go. That is more realistic. So my bedroom was like right here next to the laundry room. And I had, let's go into kid stuff. I had a lot of stuffed animals, but I also had a really cool dollhouse that I loved playing with. But I loved playing with my horses more, but I still had this cute little dollhouse. This is actually very similar to the way it looked, and it was like right here, but because of the size of these damn dollhouses in this damn game, I'm gonna have to kind of move things around a little bit. Okay. Yeah, see, that just isn't gonna work. So we'll just pretend like my bed was flush with that side of the wall, which is not accurate, even in the slightest. Okay, I think I also need to make this a bit longer. I do think I need to make it just a touch longer, because then I have to think about my sister's bedroom. So my sister's bedroom, she had a loft bed. So we'll just give her a similar bed to what I have here. Okay. Her bed was more oriented like that. And she had a loft bed, like I said. And then she had... actually, that's pretty accurate, because her bed was like the entire length. No, it couldn't have been. No, there should be like, it should be one more over. Actually, we could probably do it one more over for both, for everything. So we could probably do that and do that. Realistically, we probably could. There we go. That is a lot more accurately the way it looked. And then I also had a closet. I mean, it's not, because I actually had a closet over here, but we're going to ignore the closet situation because the closet situation just doesn't work. So then we had 2 doors basically right next to each other. And so that separated our bedrooms, so we can actually now move the bed where it should be. I did have a slightly larger room, and then she got 2 windows, so that's kind of how that ended up working out. We both also had TVs in our bedrooms, so let me see. So the best way that I can probably do for that would be like, we can do something like that. No, because first I need to furniture. This is actually pretty similar to the armoire that I had growing up. It's a little off, but it's pretty much the same. And then I suppose what I could do is just do like this guy. I didn't care about matching woods back then. And then, oops, what am I doing? And then we'll just both have like these little tiny TVs, because that's essentially what my TV looked like in my bedroom. And then Melissa actually had hers, because she had a loft. Like I said, she had a loft bed. So she actually had hers on top of her dresser. So she had a similar dresser to what I had. And so hers would have been like here in this corner. And then she had her TV like on top of it. But because of the situation that we have going on, we'll go ahead and put her dresser where her closet should be. And then just for the sake of what it's supposed to look like here, we'll just go ahead then and give her just whatever, a little tiny table with a little tiny TV on top. I think that'll just work like that. So that's the way our bedrooms looked. And then we had our TV over here. We had a pretty massive entertainment system, but we'll just go ahead and do it that way for now. And we had a pretty decent sized TV. This TV is not what our TV looked like at all, in the slightest. And then we had a little tiny love seat. In this, actually, it's the same love seat that we currently have up in the living room. So if you've ever seen the love seat up in our living room, that's essentially what it looks like. That was the exact one that we had. So we'll make it green, because that one is like a green with a brown. We'll do something like that, because we did have like a little table right next to it, just like that. That's fine, that works. And so then here we have, the other thing too that I can't necessarily do in The Sims was the different levels that this house kind of existed on. So this house, you had to step up into here, like it was just one step that you had to step up into, because this was a little slightly more elevated. This was ground level. So that's kind of, that's another thing I can't really do in The Sims, unfortunately. The closest thing we had to the door that we have here was like this guy, like that. Yeah, that'll do. And then we have, I'll put in windows. So that's essentially the shape of the house. I think I can obviously make this a little bit smaller. There we go. That's essentially the shape of the house. I guess I didn't need this size of a lot, but it's fine. And like I said, we had a deck over here. I will raise the house just a little bit because it was raised a little tiny bit. But we did have a deck over here, and it came to like right about here. And then it did wrap around just the front of the house. So if you guys don't know, when you live on lakefront property, the front of the house is actually the side that faces the lake, and then the backyard is the side that faces over here. Now we had a pretty substantial yard going this way, but I don't have that option in The Sims, so we're fine. And then we also had a porch that came to like where the garage ended, just like this. And obviously, like, the one thing you can't really do, that feels really wide. I don't think it was actually that wide. I think it was like right here. There we go. That's more like it. Is it's obviously going to raise where the garage is supposed to be. So just bear that in mind, that that obviously would not be raised. We had little posts like that. We had a little post, a couple little posts right here where, let's go ahead and raise the house. A couple little posts where the, stairs going up were at. So this is kind of what the house looked like, just like that. And I don't remember if there were stairs going down this way. I feel like there were, but I don't quite remember. I never really used them. And then there were stairs over here. This was a lot, that was painted white over there. This was definitely more wooded over here, or not wooded, but like woody. So we used more wood toned everything over here. So it looked a little more like that. And then there was another staircase over here as well, going down. And so essentially their plan was to extend the deck all the way at least to right here, if not furthering it over here to where their bedroom was at. But that was essentially what this one looked like. And then down here was definitely this kind. It was not that dark. There we go. That's probably more like it. And then the top of it was definitely just wood, like that. So that's what the back deck looked like. And then down below we had these paver things. They weren't real pavers, even in the slightest, but essentially they were pavers. And then this is where my dad had his grill. Was down over here. We had a little table that sat over here. So let me go ahead and get the table. I feel like I want to do like that one. This is pretty similar to what we had over here. So let's go ahead and just do that, just like that. And that was pretty much all we really did back here. And then there was like this weird little lighthouse thing that my mom had that was covering up the well over here. We didn't have a beach, so I'm not even gonna like worry about that. And then for right here, I think the easiest way to kind of get around the issue that I'm having with the let's just do that too over here, because like I said, this was more white, where the one in the back, or the one in the front was more not white. The house itself was pretty white. So then let's go ahead and just do my little trick here to make a garage. So the house itself was like a white-sided house, something like that. So let's go ahead and just do the outside. The house outside was just straight siding, straight up white siding. All we had. There we go. That's the whole house. Okay. So then for the garage, let's maybe do something like that just to change. Yeah, something like that. This is kind of how I do garages in this. And again, you're just gonna have to ignore the fact that it's above the ground, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, and now for roofing. So for roofing, it was very gabled. So it was gabled in this direction here. Like this. And then it was gabled over the garage as well. I'll fix the peaks too in just a minute because they weren't quite that peaked, but. And then we had hipped roof essentially pretty much everywhere else except for a couple of spots where I'll put another gable in. This is gonna be really hard to roof. This is a really weirdly shaped house. Not gonna lie. Doesn't look too bad. That actually looks pretty accurate. This can probably go back in one more. There we go, just to hide that. Yeah, actually, you know what? That does not look too bad. Now that I've kind of played with the roof a little bit, that actually doesn't look too bad at all. And then actually do maybe thicker. Oh, that looks so stupid. That looks so stupid. Yeah, I don't like that. All right, so I haven't put the windows in yet, but this is pretty much what the house looked like. And then we had like a cement slab right here as kind of a driveway. And then it was just the driveway itself, the actual physical driveway itself was actually sand. It was a dirt situation. And that came over here as well. So we just kind of had, because again, this used to be the garage over here. So we actually did have like parking space over here as well. And then the actual like driveway came up like this. So this is what the actual, because the driveway itself was actually just dirt road. And it was like a road. It was a very long driveway, much longer than what you're seeing here. And then there was also a hill and then like wooded area. So this is all pretty much what it looked like. And then my favorite tree was a very large pine. I don't think we have anything similar. So I think this is the closest I'm going to find. This was my favorite tree in our entire yard. I love that tree. You know what I wonder? I wonder if this, if it'll look better if I do that. It really doesn't, but it does look more accurate to the house. So let's go ahead at least do that over here. I'm not going to worry about doing it everywhere else. I don't think I'm going to necessarily need to. Oh, whoa, I did that one a little too much. There we go. That's better. Yeah, I think that'll look good. Okay. Oh, except for right there. That looks really bad. Let's just not do it that one. Let's not do that one then, I guess. Because that looked really bad. Okay. There we go. So that's the way our yard kind of looked. Right there. So we did have some wild stuff going on over here. A decently wild kind of situation over here. It was not well maintained. My parents chose not to really maintain it well. They like not maintaining things. They also don't maintain this yard very well. So we'll just go ahead and just kind of put in whatever I can over here. And then we also had a marsh in our yard. I'll see if I can figure out a spot to put it at. But yeah, that's good. It's much larger than that, but I'm getting a little lazy. This is really annoying. I hate this. I hate it so much. Let's do a little woohoo bush too. Another little woohoo bush. Why not? Wait, that is far too nice looking. Let's do some more woohoo bushes because it's just they take up more space. There we go. That's probably more like it. There we go. That'll work. That'll do. That'll do. So the marsh was over here. I think the closest thing we'll have to cattails is this. So we had like a little marsh over here. I was always told to stay away from it because marshes are dangerous. If you guys don't know about marshes, they're wetland and they can be really deep in places. And it can basically act like kind of like quicksand. So we had a marsh over here that I had to stay away from all the time. Separating our yard from our neighbor's yard. So we'll just, that's our marsh. We'll just do that as our marsh. And then we had a little apple tree. We'll pretend like that's, no, that's definitely like a bamboo. How about this? Can we do that? Yeah, that'll work. We had a little apple tree right there. Then we had a second little apple tree, like right there. That's birch, but that's fine. My dad is allergic to birch trees, which we had a lot of actually over here. Let's go ahead and place some birch trees over here. Get a few birch trees right here. Then we had these two trees over here that were siblings, and then one of them got torn down during a tornado. Not tornado, straight line wind. Let's not talk about it. And then I forgot to put in the white boards over there. There we go. All right, so that's essentially what the yard looked like. Pretty much it. Oh, we did have one more tree. It's much larger than that, but that's essentially, that's pretty much the yard. There we go. Oh, shoot. And then I realized, too, this actually needs to come out to, like, right there. There we go. Oh my god, it's the house. Like, that just automatically, just all of a sudden gave me chills. Like, that all of a sudden looks just like the house. That legitimately just gave me, like, little chills. That's what it looked like. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Okay. And now for the windows. Let's go ahead and come down like that. And let's put in the window. Oh, you know what? I also forgot. One other thing I need to put inside the house before we kind of finish this up. Actually, there's a lot more. I forgot about the dining room too, so we still have stuff to do, but that's okay, because then essentially what I'm going to do is just color everything, you know, put everything in there, and then kind of walk through it with you at the end of this. So that's what we're kind of going to go with. I'll put this desk over here. This is kind of similar to the desk we had. And then we had a computer. This is where our computer lived. And that's essentially it. There we go. So, and then the dining room, which came over here. So the dining table we had, I mean, it's nothing like it in The Sims, so we'll just have to, no, that's not even close. Get as close as we can to something. I guess that, but it was brown. It was definitely wood. There we go. And then do we have chairs that are similar to it? I mean, these are probably as close as we're... No, actually, these are probably as close as we're ever going to get to the chairs that we had. There we go. So there we go. All right. And I'm also still forgetting some doors. So let's grab these ones. These were the ones that were pretty similar to this side of the house. And then the doors over here, or the doors over here were a little different. There we go. Okay, so there's the house. Let's go ahead and put in the windows, and then I'll also put in all the walls and carpet and things like that. So then I'll go ahead and speed that up here. Okay, so here we go. This is what the house kind of looked like. And so, like I said, you would come into right here. Oh, you know what? I did forget to actually color that room. There we go. So you'd come into here. My room was the only one with a slightly different color wall. We actually did have a cat door right here. It was like a little hole in the wall just so Frisky, our cat, could get to any room, but we could also keep this door shut. So like I said, this used to be the garage over here. So this was actually a door into the garage at one point. We made it into an arch to get into this side of the house. But then you'd come into here and you would see the kitchen. I chose this linoleum just because it's green. So it was the closest thing we had. There was design right here. It was like a chair rail kind of paneling. But this is what the living room or the kitchen looked like here. And then you had this little hallway. It was actually much smaller than this, but that's fine. The Sims obviously makes things a little more difficult. Plus there was like a closet in this room, but there is this bedroom. This used to be my parents' bedroom when we first moved into the house. Then it became the guest bedroom when we redid some things. And then over here is the bathroom, the shared bathroom for pretty much everybody until we redid some things over in my parents' bedroom area. This was the living room here. This is what our living room basically looked like. I think there are a couple of more windows over here, but I think this is slightly off, but it's fine. Then we had the library, which was right here, and then you walked into what used to be my sister's bedroom. So my sister's bedroom was just this. My parents added this when we redid some things. They also added a shower into this bathroom, which didn't originally exist. Then my original bedroom, which was right here, which became my parents' walk-in closet. It looks like there's also a missing thing right there. I did the walls very quickly because it was very easy because every other wall was basically white. I have always hated white walls, so mine was never white, except for the first and second apartments I lived in, where they wouldn't let me paint the walls. So then over here we have the laundry room, and then right next to the laundry room is my bedroom. and then the family room as well, and my sister's bedroom. So this is essentially what it kind of looked like. This is what the house I grew up in looked like. Oh, you know what? I also realized I forgot another window. There was a window right here as well. There. Okay, so there we go. And then the garage was right here. We built this garage, and from what I've understood, they built yet one more garage over here, and they also turned this into living space as well. So I would love to contact the people that live there now and be like, can I please just come and see the house that I grew up in, because I would love to see what it looks like now. I do know from when it was on the market and I was able to see pictures, this is all open now. This is all one big room. So my bedroom no longer exists, that I know. And then I know they've redone a lot over here, like the way that the living room area looks right now here. And I think this is a little off. There we go. That's better. They have full windows up into this gable, but we didn't have vaulted ceilings. So they also have vaulted ceilings now. So yeah, so that's what house looked like. So this is essentially what the house I grew up in right here. And it is actually like, oh my God, it actually looks correct. The house I grew up in. And then let's go ahead and give it some lot types. I do want to make it haunted because it was definitely haunted. Yeah, we'll say breezing braces because we were on a lake, so we had some lake effect. And what else? We can do one more. I mean, we'll say it was like a teen neighborhood because we did have a lot of friends that would come over all the time. We actually had some friends that lived over, well, their grandmother had a cabin over here, and so because of that, her grandkids would come over all the time. I had friends that basically lived at my house growing up, so we'll say that. So that's it. Wow. Oh, that, I want to show my parents just this like shot right here. Like I legitimately just want to show this shot to my parents and just be like, what does this remind you of? And I'll guarantee you my parents will say, the house in Breezy Point. Oh my gosh. I feel like that's still not my favorite. But see, now that's gonna look weird over there. You just can't make it look right. It still doesn't quite look right. The roofing still doesn't look quite right. I'm just gonna obsess over the roofing. Like, let's just be real. I'm just gonna obsess over the roofing until like it's correct. But I don't think it's ever gonna be correct because obviously roofing is just different in real life as it is in The Sims, so there. That actually looks better. Yeah, that looks better. Anyway, so there it is, the house I grew up in. That's essentially what it looks like. There we go, right there. That's essentially what the house I grew up in looked like. Does that look familiar? They built, yeah, what is that? Over here, and they also turned this.
It's
I would
lake
love
house.
to contact the people that live there now and be like,
Pelican Lake.
how do you think I did?
You did a nice job.
Does it look right?
Well,
Not even the furniture.
Well, I had to use this what we have available in The Sims. What don't
the laundry room was too small.
really? I remember the laundry room being tiny.
Where's the laundry room?
Right there.
Right here.
No, it was bigger than that.
Was it?
Yeah.
I had such a trouble with the
Oh,
roof.
look at that. You did real well here. And there was only one window, of course, in the front. But
Right, but with The
Yeah.
Sims, I had to make alternate choice. Yeah, I had to do alternate things.
And then our bedroom. Let's go in our bedroom.
I don't have the ability to like. Well, I guess I could go back to where I was
no,
building
it's fine.
it.
That's right. You're not doing this.
But see, look at that.
Perfect.
And we also don't have like real garages in The Sims either, so I had to like.
Build something.
Yeah, this is not an actual working garage. But let's see if I can go back. That was building our rooms. Let me see if I can figure out where I built your guys' room.
Way in the back there.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. Oh, here.
Oh.
Because this is what
That
used to be my bedroom. I also had to change your guys' bathroom a little bit too because of the way that just the Sims mechanics works. So here's the main bathroom, which I made really long, but again with the Sims mechanics I had to alter some things. And then this was my old bedroom here, my first bedroom in the house. And this was me just trying to like make it actually work in The Sims. But we actually have like these like closet wardrobe things that we can use, and it really worked out to be able to build your guys' thing. And then here's where your bed was, and then your little sitting room, which was Melissa's room at one point. I don't think the mechanics or I don't think the layout is quite right because the storm shelter, which is what I just put in right there, that was the storm shelter. That was into the garage, so I don't know where
Correct.
I don't know where I was off at all because
Yeah, the garage actually came out to here.
Oh, did it? That's right, because it was like a bit bigger than a normal 2-car. It was like a 3-car, right? Technically.
Well, yeah, because it was deeper.
Yeah. So that's where I screwed up then. Okay, so the garage is where I screwed up.
So did you fix did you do the yard at all, or?
A little bit, but there's not, like, I can't do, like, your lighthouse thing that you did and stuff like that. Like, there's no way to do that. But
Did you put the dock out on the lake at all?
I can't mess with the water, unfortunately. I can in Sulani, but Sulani definitely does not look like Breezy Point. Brindleton Bay also does not look like Breezy Point, but Sulani definitely doesn't look like Breezy Point. But that you can actually like put docks out and stuff. In older Sims towns, you can't mess with the water in The Sims 4. The water is just kind of there. So.
That actually would have been a French door, right?
Well, yeah, I was messing with a couple of different doors at some point to like being like whatever made best sense. Hopefully this actually records sound because I realize that this should be making noise, but who knows?
You did a great job, Britt.
This is just
So
me
much
trying to
fun.
just put together the kitchen before I actually like put things actual places. And you can't put like microwaves up on top, so I couldn't put the microwave in. But yeah, I thought it turned out.
It did. It turned out beautiful.
I thought it turned out really, really well. I thought it was very accurate, at
It
least.
is. It is very, for what you had to work with, it's
Yeah.
definitely good job.
What do you think, Dad? Did I do a good job?
Yep, you did.
And I want to do the same thing with the Madison house, but this one obviously I grew up in. So like this was easy because this one, I remember what it looked like before. I remember what it looked like after when we, this was really frustrating because you really can't do what our house had in The Sims.
Yeah, that little
So
peninsula.
I had to use some cheats to like get it to actually
That's pretty
look
good.
halfway decent. Well, it's not even done yet. There's more that I'm going to do. I'm going to put another counter here to cover up that like spot.
What kind of was there?
Was
It
it?
was lower.
No.
This
Okay,
place
that's
was
true.
lower. So
But
it
see,
really
here I
was
am
there.
just
No,
trying
that's
to
good.
like
That's good.
match it. You don't play The Sims for 20 years and not know some tricks.
Yeah, very good.
And then I had to like build a wall here so that I could put the uppers right here like we had. Look how concentrated I am.
Yeah, it looks nice. You did a nice job.
Very nice.
Very, very nice.
Thank you.
Good job.
I'm excited for you guys to see because now, so what I want to do is do the Madison house, because obviously I haven't actually seen it since I was 4. So it'd be interesting because I feel like I have a pretty good memory of what the Madison house looks like. So I want to build the Madison house from my memory and then have you guys be like, you're wrong.
Probably not. You should do Grandma and Grandpa's house. You should
I can't.
You should do.
We can't do split entry houses.
But they were like full side.
I'll have to see if I can find a good layout of the Fawcett house because I feel like we've been to the Fawcett house enough that I should be able to know it, but I don't know, man. Thanks. So you guys have it. I didn't do too bad. I mean, it looked just like our house. I'll try to post a picture of the actual build and the house that I actually grew up in right here so you guys can kind of get an idea of what that looks like, of how well I did. I actually was able to get us a very specific like angle. Unfortunately, as you guys would have seen in that video, unfortunately, somehow that build did not save. So that sucks. But it will live forever, at least in this video. I have no intention of building that house again because that house is hard to build. It's very difficult to build. So let's just move on from that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoy my Sims videos. I would love to continue doing more. If you guys have any ideas for Sim videos, let me know in the comments below. I probably won't do any full Let's Plays just because I tend to lose interest in families pretty quick in The Sims. So let me know of any cast or build challenges that you would like me to give a try in The Sims. And there you go. If you guys want to see my last Sims video, you guys can click right here. If you guys want to see all the Sims videos I've ever done, you guys can go ahead and click right here. You can click here to subscribe, please do, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss any of my videos. And like I said, comment down below what you guys thought of this challenge and any other challenges you would like me to do in the future. I'll see you guys all next time. Bye.